Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am making some spreads with theme ideas for doodlers. The first spread is a jungle theme. I really like this kind of theme because it's only shades of green. I really love that. So the first thing that I did off camera is I sketched out all of the spreads, which I don't usually do. I don't strive for perfection in my bullet journal or my drawing or my sketching, so I don't really worry about getting things perfect. I think having things sort of imperfect and sketched out looks really cool, and that's what makes bullet journaling special and different from having a traditional planner. It's all about getting creative and doing things in a way that is your personal style. So because I sketched out all of these spreads before I actually inked everything, I ended up having to erase things, and I hate erasing underneath ink. If it doesn't smudge, then you end up bending the paper at some point, and I hate that so much. It's so annoying when that happens. So I went ahead and drew a few different types of leaves at the top and bottom, and all of the leaves are kind of pointing at the title, which is July. You can do this for any month, but I thought I would use the next 3 months, so July, August, and September for this video. So I chose a different green for each kind of leaf, and I think it looked really cool at this point, but I thought it would look better and more sort of jungly and crowded if I added a background color. So I chose like a neutral green, and I colored the background of the top and bottom. At the top I created these vines that go across, and that helps also create depth. And then at the bottom I created the edges with some green, and I think that sort of like marker and inked ended up really looking really nice and dimensional. And I thought what I would do for this video is create two spreads. One is the title page and another is a weekly spread. This was pretty ambitious on my part. I don't know if I'll do that in the future because it was a lot of work. And so this is a vertical spread, weekly spread. I don't usually do vertical spreads, but I thought I would have one in here just as an option. And I created these blocks, and I kind of put the leaves at the top and the bottom in the corners. I liked putting them in front of the blocks and also behind them. And you can go crazy here, and why I thought this would be a good, all these spreads are great for people who love to doodle, is you can set this up in the beginning of the week or the beginning of the month, and you can add to it throughout the month or the week if you feel like it. So yeah, if you like, doodling is so much fun. It's so nice to just relax, chill out, and draw. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, it doesn't have to be, you know, the best art ever. It can just be a fun little doodle. So here it is. Here is the final spread for the title and also for the week. I really like how this turned out. I love green themes. They're one of my favorite to do. I feel like they always look so fresh and the next theme for August, I chose a mermaid theme. I am obsessed with mermaids. So of course I had to do a mermaid theme. I have a whole coloring book of mermaids that you can color, so if you're interested in that, the link is always in the description. So I decided to draw a mermaid on the beach, and I wanted to create a kind of look of an old woodcut print or maybe a tattoo with a lot of lines and detail. I don't know if I achieved it. I don't know, maybe I should have taken a break before I did this spread, but I didn't show everything, all the sketching that all the line work that I did, because I thought that would be a little bit boring for all of you to watch. And for the color, I ended up going with a very limited palette, and I kind of did, again, this kind of like old woodcut look. Woodcut print look. So it's not my favorite spread that I did. I think next time when I can do another version of this mermaid spread with a little bit of a different style. I really love mermaids, like I said, so I think I can do that. There's so many different kinds of mermaids, different kinds of ways to incorporate them, but I decided to go for this style, and I think it depends what kind of mood you're in, but for me, sometimes I just really love to sit and to like just create all of these little lines, all of these little dashes and dots, and create a bunch of texture with my doodles. So if you're interested in that, this is a good spread to try. And yeah, this is how it all turned out. I also did some hand lettering for the weekly spread of this kind of, I tried to do kind of like a type font. It's not perfect, but yeah. Oh my gosh, so now we're going on to the third and final spread. This is my favorite spread that I did. It is a spread for September, and it is a cute stationery spread. And I freaking love this theme. I did all pastel colors, which you'll see in a minute, but all of these little stationery doodles have little faces, and I just think this turned out so cute. I really, really love cute or kawaii style drawing, and this just ended up so adorable. I just love it so much. And all you have to do for this is just draw your stationery and literally put a little face on it, and it's instantly like 300% cuter. And here I am erasing everything and accidentally bending the paper again. And for the color, for the other spreads, I used my Crayola Super Tips, which are pretty bright colors. And for this spread, I decided to use my pastel highlighters from Stabilo. These are very pastel, but they do bleed through the paper in this journal, so use with caution, and always use a spare piece of paper behind your spread if you are worried about it bleeding. What I've started doing in this particular journal is actually gluing the pages together, so that instead of drawing on the back of this page, I skip a page and glue that page onto this page so that it doesn't bleed through. I had so much fun creating this spread. I think cutesy pastel things are always super fun, and they're not that difficult to draw. And for the weekly spread, I also was a little bit ambitious. This is a very doodle heavy spread, but I really wanted to include a little stationery item for every day. I'm thinking I love this design so much that I might just make it as a printable for my Etsy shop. It is just so adorable. And this is a very easy way to make bubble lettering, is to first write your letters with the highlighter or the marker and then trace over them. It's just so much easier than trying to form the letters straight with your pen. And here you can also use a ruler, but I decided to not and have that sort of sketchy look. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned why I chose this particular theme for September was because a lot of people do go back to school for September. So yeah, that's why I chose this theme. I kind of miss going back to school just for the stationery. I love stationery so much, and every year when it was back to school time, I didn't want to go back to school, but I really wanted to buy new stationery. That was the only upside to going back to school. So yeah. Oh, and if you want to make, you've now increased your cuteness by 300% by putting a face on your doodle. And if you want to increase it by another 200%, then add little blushy cheeks. So that is an increase of cuteness of 500% in total. And I'm just tracing over everything with every single block with my highlighter. Oh, and I did use one brush marker for the yellow because I don't have a yellow highlighter. And this is what it ended up looking like. I think it's super duper cute, like I've said 100 times. And this is definitely my favorite spread that I've done for this video, and I hope you like it. And I hope you try out some of these ideas. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!